Football View, the beautiful game.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football View. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Spain are into the semi-finals of is it the semi-finals, right? Spain are into the
Yeah,
semi-finals
the semi-final.
Euro 2024 after beating Germany, host nation Germany, in extra time. Marino with that lead goal to give them a passage into the semi-finals. Fabena, how did you see that game? Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me too. This game was a cracker with mixed emotion, a lot of emotions at stake, and then they gave us some good football from the tactical angle, and then the fans also enjoyed it a lot. This should have been the finals because this game was one of the best games I've seen in the tournament so far. And then Spain started well, and then at some point they lost Pedri, and then I felt they would really find it difficult to replace him in that kind of role that they've assigned to Pedri. But then Omo came in and then slotted in very. We've seen what Omo has been doing in the group stages. He scored some couple of goals in the group stage, so he was prepared mentally, tactically, and everything. He was up for this game, and then he gave Spain the lead. And then right after Spain got the lead, their coach did something that weren't pleasing, and then taking off his two wingers out of the game.
Yeah, I think that's
a very
lovely
bad
game.
decision. At least he could have kept one on the pitch to cause troubles to the German defenders. And then as soon as the Germans saw that both threats in the person of Lamine Yamal and then Nico Williams have been subbed off, they got a lot of confidence to come forward a lot and then cause troubles to the Spanish team. And then they got the equalizer in the dying moments of the game. And then in the extra time, and then all what Spain could do was to just hold the ball and then drag the ball into penalty shootouts. But then there was a savior on the pitch. There was a savior on the pitch in the person of Mikel Merino. And then one thing about this Spanish team is that these are the same crop of players that went to the last Olympic Games. So you can clearly talk about how consistent they've been with the national team. They just have a little few additions that they've added, and then some players have been out of the squad. And Marco Asensio isn't here, but then he was part of that team that went for the Olympic Games in the last edition. So you talk about what the Spanish team have done. They've been consistent with their players, and then this is what football is all about: being consistent with your players, and then you start from the scratch, you rebuild, and now these are the same players. Most of them went to the last Euros and then got eliminated by the defending champions Italy at the semi-final stage. Right after the Euros, they went to Olympic Games, and then even some Barcelona fans were worried about Pedri playing football for the whole season and then going to the Olympic Games as well. And then right after he came back to the Olympic Games, he got injured.
Let me go to there. Because we don't have much time and the Portugal game will start very soon. I feel
okay.
Did you feel that Germany had several chances to win this game?
Of course they did. And when their main striker came in the second half, they got a lot of chances.
I felt Füllkrug should have started the game.
Yes, he should have buried about 2 or 3 balls. And then he missed them, and then Kai Havertz as well, and then other players as well. But then you look at what the Spanish team have done. They've not conceded from open play from an opponent.
It's because they have. I think it's because they have successfully made opponents to defend, to focus more on defense than attack. That is why they are, because they can.
That is why
when they are without the ball, they want to tackle everything. That is why they are yet. They had to wait to this game to concede from an open play. So I feel they did very well in that aspect.
And then one thing I realized from the Spanish team in the first half was how their wingers were playing more inside. At some point, they were playing the inverted wingers role. And then this tells you how they can adapt to playing opponents who will force them to change their playing style. And then it happened in the second half of the extra time. They had to resort to their old tiki-taka. That was what they did in the second half of the extra time, and then they got the match winner. So much credit to this side, De La Fuente has really done a good job. He has
Yeah.
really blended the team, and then you can see the cohesion in the team, and then you can see how this team is well balanced, and then they are playing to a system. Everybody has its role, and then whenever a player is subbed on, the next player that comes in performs very well. Like, massive credit to this side. They fully done well, and then
Yeah.
right now I'm tipping them to even win the trophy. Before the competition started, I was tipping Germany to win it, but then Spain have really surprised me because
Yeah,
I felt
I feel
they are not.
Spain,
Yes,
Spain,
yeah,
Spain are now the favorites to win the tournament after today's game because people were predicting Germany to win the tournament, but after tonight, people were saying, okay, Spain have to win it now because they
yes,
moved out to the host nation. Well, I felt the game was very open. I feel why Spain had to win this game was that they were more patient than Germany. Germany won. The fans
exactly,
wanted more. The fans
exactly.
wanted more.
And then
If you check
yes,
if you check in the extra time, Spain were okay passing the ball around, but Germany once they get there,
yes,
they want
yes.
to attack. They
And then
want to get the goal.
it's
They want to
because of the kind of players that they have. They have these players who can hold the ball, and they are much comfortable in any situation that they find themselves. They don't lose possession anyhow. And it's happened in their last game against Georgia when Georgia scored the first goal. They were calm, and then they kept building up, patience build up, and then they got the equalizer through Rodri. It's manifested today to when Germany took control of the game and then had the equalizer. If this was any other team, they would have panicked. But in Spain, they are so calm that they trust their patience build up, and then it's worked magically for them. It's
All right,
worked.
all right.
It's worked.
Before we go, what did you think about the penalty call by Germany? Because Musiala had a very good opportunity to score. What do you think
Yes.
about the penalty
Yeah.
call?
It was a wrong call from Anthony Taylor. And then this is another scenario talking about English referees. They
Well,
come into tournament and then
let me cut you short there. They said UEFA pre-tournament briefing on handballs gave a specific example, like Marco Corellas saying it should not be a handball, arm close to the side, pointing predominantly down vertically, or a position behind the line of the body. It differs from a penalty. Okay. So they're saying that for this particular tournament, UEFA said that handballs, like what happened. Now, the thing is that we are not sure of the particular scenario or example when they give that statement, handball close to the body. You saw
yes,
that Guerrero's hand was open. He was trying to dodge it. Then the ball
yes,
hit his hand. Now that ball was going straight at goal. It could have been possibly been a goal. Man, I feel that
yes,
if it wasn't goal bound, then no problem. It's not a penalty. But this was goal bound. The player had his
yes,
hand out. He's bringing it in, like in, and the ball struck his hand. He blocks the passage of the ball. I feel it's a penalty. Do you know why? Because if you look at the player beside Marco Correa, the player already had his hand behind him.
hand behind.
So if your own is not like that, there is no way you can say that's not a penalty because he saw that my hand was out. He was trying to bring it in when the ball struck his hand.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
penalty. That's a penalty. So I feel that is the second point. Maybe Nagelsmann, obviously he has lost, but he will point that out in the press conference. So overall, where do you see this German team? Where do they go from here after this defeat?
for now, I think they would have to go back, and then they've given us some top performance in the league, and then
So would
they
you say
got
they have
eliminated.
improved? They have improved from the World Cup
Oh
performance.
yeah, they have. Looking at the trend analysis from last year, they've really improved, and then coming into this tournament, they were basically the favorite, and then they got eliminated by a better side.
Yes.
So I don't think it's a problem for them to go to feel as if they didn't really perform well. They really did well.
Okay.
They just got eliminated by a surprise better team in this tournament.
Okay, I would have asked you what you expect from Spain, but you've already said that right now Spain are your favorites to win the trophy. So it's going to be interesting to see who they meet in the final. That's if they get to the final. But let's end it here today. The Portugal-France game is on right now. Maybe after the game we'll come back again and talk about it. Thanks for joining me, and do have a wonderful night.